I got a cool story for you. Examples of 2 bidding wars I was in and lots of great content I got out of it to share with you. First one, my buyers won out of 17 offers, and in the second one, just a couple weeks later, a little lower price point, did lose, was against 20 offers. I want to share a lot of the experiences and the lessons from this. Come up with the biggest takeaway is intent is everything. I'm Karen Wright, a local real estate agent in Wichita, Kansas. And so yeah, let's dive into these stories. Let me tell you the ins, the outs, what I learned, what went well, what could be improved upon, and see what strategies you want to use if you get in the multiple bidding wars. So first, my buyer was moving from out of state. They're from Wichita. They're coming back, and they do have the means and desire to take up a fixer-upper. It got them in the ideal neighborhood and at the lot they wanted. They wanted to live close to family, specifically a mother-in-law, which happened to be a few doors down from this one fixer-upper that they put an offer on. Lake lot, so again, a neighborhood, spacious, and highly sought after. It was a ranch home, which is another plus. What made the difference here really was their desire and their intent. They really wanted this house, the location, the neighborhood, the gorgeous backyard, the pool, and they had to be open to extensive renovations, basically a complete gut job to get it to their level of satisfaction. They were willing to listen to my advice on how to craft the best possible offer. So you love it when that happens because okay, there's a really good chance they're going to win this. They were the 10th bid by the time I got our offer in, and by the end of it, it was 17 offers. And of course, as you probably know by now, they did win the bid. I got the call and they said, "Oh, Karen, the second offer was this amount," because we had pulled an escalation clause, which we'll talk about later. So the next scenario was actually a bit similar, but with a crucial difference. The intent here from that buyer was to outbid other investors rather than the intent of, I really want to win this house. That's a huge distinction. As I kind of since these were so close together for me, it really made me kind of think through just the different attributes which we're talking about in this video of why one won the offer and why the other one didn't, but they could have. Outbidding investors, it doesn't guarantee a win, especially when there are homeowners, not investor types, who are also willing to bid on a house like this. It was a house that wasn't like a gut job. Somebody could have gone and done some fixing and gotten to it. So some homeowners I could see would have gone higher because they're not looking to, cash out at the end of the deal, flip it and turn it around. Investors may be considering flipping or renting the home later, also depending on the market. And what I mean by that, depending on how they buy the house, they may choose and opt to rent it out later until they can maybe recoup some of the money. So we're in 2024, we still have low inventory, so investors are still scrambling to secure properties and really hoping that they can score a home before it hits the market. As agents, we try to convey all this, but again, it depends on where the buyer is with their own, desires. So the second buyer focused on the property as an investment, even though they weren't planning to flip it. So that was kind of interesting to me, but again, the buyer can do whatever they want within their parameters. But this mindset made them less aggressive in securing the house, which was a great house to begin with. It was a ranch property, decent condition, just all the crap left in it, which is why it was appealing to an investor, because most home buyers don't want to get rid of all the stuff in a house. In Wichita, ranch homes are really high in demand across all demographics, because you got the 2-story homes, especially those with laundry in the basement. They don't appeal to the older generation. It's just a mobility issue, going from a 2nd story down to the basement to do laundry. Where a ranch, even though some of our ranches still have basements, laundry, some of them have, main floor laundry as well. When I see a ranch, I know it's going to be a hot commodity. I know it's going to pull in more dollars and more investors and more home buyers. So I know, okay, this is one you want to be aggressive on, if you have the means to. In this case, on the second one, I did pull 2 sets of comparables. I pulled directly from the neighborhood, which was, in the end of the story, I think it was more accurate. I pulled a second set that brought the price down considerably. Because you only have a couple days, you're scrambling, getting paperwork together, talking with the agent, pulling together the information. Sometimes you don't have the full story till kind of, a little bit later. But so after losing the bidding war, I realized I should have trusted my original comps and gone with my gut, which was really the first set of variables. Because on the other side, I know this particular person is top-notch in remodeling. So it's a learning process, and when things move quickly, like I said, it can take a moment to get solid grasp on the numbers. I also know to follow the lead of the buyer, as it's their money and they may not really be ready yet, kind of maybe on the cusp, getting there. So I kind of felt that might have been where this particular situation went. Sometimes my clients need to lose a few homes until they understand or are really ready to purchase. At the end of the day, I think they're a little bit bummed on this one, but again, I always look at the positive. What's the lesson learned? Okay, next one, we kind of need to know where to go, and a couple of the variables that were in my mind I need to bring out a little bit more. Not everyone goes into a bidding war intending to win. Some are looking to see if they can snag a great deal. Again, that goes to what your buyer's intentions are. But those who truly want the house, have the means, set a clear intention to win, paired with a great agent offering solid advice, have a much higher chance of success. To recap, here's how to win a bidding war in the general sense. So you want to get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. Pre-approval shows sellers you're serious and financially prepared. You even have more leverage considering a fully underwritten pre-approval where your finances are thoroughly vetted at that point. Of course, in these multiple bids with these kind of numbers, it's got to be cash only. Consider offering above asking price. Yes, if it's multiple offers, you kind of have to. Not always, but in these cases, yes. In a competitive market, this can make a significant difference, but do your research to avoid overpaying, which means really listen to your agent because they can pull comparables and stuff like that. Next, you want to reduce contingencies. Yes, sellers prefer offers with fewer contingencies, less risk, of course, to them. Be cautious, though. Waiving an inspection can be risky unless you know your person is a qualified contractor and stuff. You can increase your earnest money deposit, just signals to the seller that you're more committed. And you also want to be flexible with closing terms. Align with the seller's timeline. Be ready to adjust if needed. Your agent will call them and find out what that is. Next, you want to use an escalation clause. These were used in both these cases. It increases your offer if a higher bid comes in set to a certain limit. Now, I do know Texas does not allow this anymore. From my real estate friend there, but we can still use it here in Wichita, and I do, and that's what helped win the first one. Of course, work with a skilled agent. Your agent can guide you through the complexities of a bidding war, help you craft a winning offer, help you pull comparables, just in these cases where they're like more investor type properties. Sweeten the deal, consider offering to cover some of the seller's costs. Make a cash offer. Yes, if it's getting above 5 offers, you kind of have to. Or even allow them to leave behind furniture, trash that they don't want to deal with, or just see what else that you can do to kind of like, hey, look, we'll do this and this and this as well. So with these strategies in your toolkit, you'll be well equipped to face any bidding wars and come out on top. And yeah, I did, on these ones, I do want to mention they were more kind of also investor styles, which, way underpriced for that areas, which is why they brought in so many offers. 17 and 20. So again, well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching the video. If you want to stay updated and get more videos like this, please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy house hunting.